This is a little packet that I've put together to have in the car in case there is an emergency. The reason I am putting this one together today is because somebody went into our unlocked car and took mine. So I needed to make a new one and decided to make two. To start with, we have the little MOLLE packet that everything will go into. This is a little compartment to hold the first item, which is a monocle. This is a 10-time power monocle, so it would help you to bring those things that are far away closer. First item that we have here is actually a little camp towel. Now, it started out much larger and I cut it down, made 4 out of the large one, and put it in this Ziploc bag to help keep it clean and dry. It has been washed and dried. And put that right in the front of the package here. Next, I have another little Ziploc. This has a emergency poncho that's really pretty thin, a space blanket, and some Band-Aids. I also have put some antibiotic ointment in a little straw and sealed it up on both ends. So you can see there, this is antibiotic ointment. So if you ever have a cut or abrasion, anything that would need to be dressed, and I'm going to put that in the package here just to keep like things together. Right in there. And then try and keep all the flat things together. Next, in another Ziploc, I have some hand warmers and also an instant cold compress. So if you ever needed, the hand warmer is good for stings to help alleviate the pain from them, and then of course the cold compress for any bumps or bruises. Next thing that we have is a quick clotting sponge. So this is something that you would use if you had a little more serious laceration, something that you were having trouble controlling the bleeding of with just direct pressure and elevation. You can use this and put it on the affected area. Next we have what you should never be without. This is duct tape. So there are actually, I've folded it over 10 times, so there's 10 individual 8-inch long pieces, and they're kind of scored at the end. This particular duct tape actually tears pretty well. Some of the stuff that is a little thicker can be difficult to tear by hand, so that's why I score it. But you could use that to fix a myriad of issues. Next, I have 2 6-inch long chemical light sticks. I have a red one and a green one. So these are nice, certainly if you're ever without power and need light, or if you needed to signal somebody. These last 12 hours. And have those just off to the right side. In there. Next, I have some off botanical towelettes. So this is a mosquito and insect repellent. Again, just a nice thing to have if you ever find yourself out in a wooded area and you're being accosted by mosquitoes. Hopefully it is as effective as the DEET products. Next, we have some chapstick. So this is actually pink lemonade. I think they had this on sale, clearance, 3-pack. So always a good thing to have. I hate having chapped lips. So that will probably fall to the bottom of this package. So it'll probably be the thing that you need first and foremost and won't be able to get. Next is a fairly heavy-duty flashlight. So this has a couple of different settings that change each time you push the button. So you have your regular setting, and this can be adjusted if you slide the front in and out. It focuses the beam. So you have a bright setting, then you usually have a lower intensity setting. Then you have a strobe. Some people believe you can use this if somebody's trying to come at you to disorient them. And then you have an SOS setting. So you get the Morse code for SOS if you're ever in a situation. You can just hit that, stick it in a tree. Somebody should find it. Now, what I'm going to do is actually put the batteries in backwards. So I kind of like to, if possible, store it in that way. So in my mind, hopefully the batteries won't drain, and unintentionally. Of course, that's been what I've always thought. And also, sometimes if they sit for a long time, they can start to leak the chemicals in there. I don't know if they've gotten any better with the technology. So if you go to use this, just remember that you need to take the batteries out and invert them all. So that is in here on the left-hand side with the back facing towards you. Next, I have some zip ties. So this is nice if you have to secure your trunk and for some reason you have something in there and it doesn't want to close all the way or it's broken. So there's 3 short zip ties and then 1 longer zip tie. And these are just stuck in here on the left side as well. Pretty much out of the way. So next is some stiff wire. This is just something that I had left over from some chicken wire that I had bought. And again, if you need to secure something, it's lightweight, compact, and just something that you can have. I mean, I won't tell you what I could potentially use it for, but it's there if you need it. Next, we have an emergency whistle, and this also has a compass on it and a thermometer. I was working with a doctor who went on a mountain bike ride by himself and crashed and didn't know the area that he was in, and it was around sunset. So I bought him one as well. So if he ever gets in that situation again, he can signal for help if need be. And that sits right in the middle there. Next are just some emergency matches. If for some reason you needed to start a fire to stay warm, and you use this top here to strike the matches on to light. Here we have the everything tool. So this is just nice. You have a pair of pliers. There are can opener, bottle opener, file, a flathead screwdriver, I believe there's a Phillips head screwdriver in there as well. There's a file, and a little saw blade, and a knife blade as well. So again, there's a lot of little minor repairs that you can make with that handy little tool. And that kind of sits on the top. And you might think this silly, but this is a compass. So if you ever lose your way and are trying to find your way back, again, you have the compass on the whistle, but this is just another little compass as well. Hopefully this will all close when this is done. Next, I have about 15 feet of just a thin string here. So again, if you had wet clothes or something and wanted to hang them up to dry, if you needed to secure something, tie, anything like that, you've got some string for that. Next we have a bungee cord, and again, this is usually keep some in our glove compartment. In the car, it's just nice, again, if you are transporting wood or something that doesn't allow you to close your trunk all the way, you can use the bungee cord to help secure it. And then we have some Advil, ibuprofen. Again, always nice to have. If you have a headache, any kind of injury, anything like that. So put that in there on the side. Now, another thing that is great to have, and we've ended up buying them when we've been out on vacation and needed them, but what we have here, and again, just for convenience, I put it at the top. If you can see there are two safety pins. So there's a small safety pin and a larger safety pin. If you had, some part of your clothes tore or something like that, or raincoat, and you want to try and secure it, you have some safety pins for that. There's also a fairly long rubber band here, again, that could be used, put your hair up, hold the dressing in place, something like that. And then here, rolled up, is a $20 bill. So, I don't want to take the whole thing out, but, money is a tool just like anything else. And if something were to happen, your purse or wallet's stolen, and you don't have any money, you need to make a phone call, you need to get something to eat, you've got money there in your pack, and it's available to use. So that is everything. Fits in here pretty well. It's certainly a tight fit. I would put this in the car. I would not do what I did and leave it in plain sight. Put it either in your glove compartment or center console, or in the back of the car. If it's an SUV, you have a little compartment for like jumper cables, stuff like that. You can put it in there, or put it under your seat. And again, if you ever needed to use it and take it with you, you have a little carabiner here. You could hook on your belt loop of your pants or your purse and make it a little bit easier to carry. And then I just secured the monocle there because it wouldn't fit inside. And there you go. Hope you never need to use it, but if you do, you have it.